yeah, I'm just gonna hide myself back in the background here, not get much sleep for the week, and let the runners take it away. So, welcome to Questing for Glory 7. We hope you enjoy the rest of this week. And I am going to pass it off to iceblue to get our event running. So, iceblue, go right. Well, a second ago. Where is this command? There you go. Go right ahead.
Alrighty, hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome to Questing for Glory. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be opening this event and given this privilege. Hope y'all are having a wonderful morning. And we're going to be doing some Super Mario RPG right here, bright and early. So I hope you enjoy it. So this is Super Mario RPG Remake. This is going to be done on normal difficulty. There are 2 difficulties now in this game. You have Breezy and Normal. And the difference is Breezy's going to allow you... Breezy gets you about 10% more experience. Enemies have less HP. I think it's 10% less HP. And you can hold more items in your inventory as well. Interesting. I didn't adjust anything though. How's the mic now? I turned up the gain. Hello. Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2. Turn down the game audio just a little bit more. They said the background music is still playing. Okay. Hello, testing 1 2 1 2. Testing. This is iceblue. Better? Alright, good. Should I reintroduce myself? Alright. Hello, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and get started just now so we don't, push the schedule around. But yeah, this is our Super Mario RPG Remake. We're going to be playing on normal, which is just the base game. Standard HP values, XP, everything else. We're going to go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, go. But alright, hello, for those who missed my intro because of, my mic is great, by the way. My name is iceblue. I speedrun a variety of Zelda games. I speedrun this game. I will also be doing Mega Man Battle Network 2 on Wednesday, along with my good friend Supersonic, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm very happy to be here opening this event. And I'm looking forward to showing this game off because this game is amazing. But alright. Super Mario RPG Remake. This is probably like the biggest thing that I was looking forward to last year when they announced it. It was one of those games that it got announced at a direct, and I can't explain how fast I ran down my stairs to grab my Switch to pre-order it. It was one of those, I was jumping down 5 steps when I should not have been doing that kind of situations. So this game, we're going to be starting off, you're going to be seeing me use the jump command quite a bit with Mario. So the jump command has a special, effect in this game. In this game, the jump actually gains power each time you use it. So every 2 times that you use it, the jump attack power goes up by 1. So we want to be using our jump quite a bit here just to increase its power level. And that's going to set, very precise damage values for bosses coming up with in the run. And we need those, to kind of almost perfectly kill bosses. Alright, so we have our first boss fight, air quotes. We have Bowser on the chandeliers. And all you have to do is just jump on the chain chomp twice, or, you know, if you're like me and call it by its Super Nintendo name, you have to jump on Kinkling twice. So Bowser's falling, you know, barreling through the sky here, somehow perfectly tosses a hammer, and hits the you know, Kinkling twice perfectly. Guy should join like a sports team or something. Goodness. But anyway. Something, yep, always foil his plans, yep, And there we go, he's gone. Alright, that was the end of the game, GG's. We saved Peach, that's it, right? No? Oh, okay. But hello, I see a bunch of names in chat that I know. Hello, what's up, T? We have a nice little cutscene. I love the cutscenes in this game. This is probably one of my favorite things that they did with this remake, is add like these cutscenes. And like usually, like I like skipping cutscenes, but like this is one of those games where like I can sit here and actually enjoy watching these cutscenes over and over. And it's probably because this is my favorite game of all time. But I'm just a little biased. It's not fair. Yeah, there's a lot of cool tech in this game that makes it a completely different speedrun from the Super Nintendo version. And even like the super jumps is actually still the same timing window, which is really cool. So like they did keep it like, you know, that 85 jumps are in a 3-frame window kind of bit. So Toad's upset. We didn't bring the Peach back. The Peach? Yeah, the Peach. Alright, good me. So we need to go back to Bowser's Keep to save Peach. But yeah, they added some really nice cutscenes to this game. We have an updated soundtrack that sounds really good. Boss fights are going to be a lot different than the Super Nintendo run because they introduced a couple of new mechanics to the game. And we're going to be seeing one of those mechanics very soon, but they don't really explain to us what it is until one of the future fights. But they added what they call the bonus gauge, and that's going to come into play whenever we start unlocking more characters. Currently, right now, we only have Mario, and his bonus gauge passive effect. So every character has their own passive effect for the bonus gauge. And Mario's bonus gauge passive is being able to gain more bonus gauge whenever you attack and time the hit properly. Mallow, our next character, is the strongest character in the game, shockingly, but we love Mallow. He's our boy. And his bonus gauge passive is he increases your magical attack by 25% when the bonus gauge is at 5 hits or higher. And that's going to be the biggest thing for us because a lot of the attacks that we're going to be using in this game are going to be magic attacks. That's fine, we'll just do 6 here. Alright. So we're grabbing some extra, we're grabbing some coins here. We need to do some shopping in Mushroom Kingdom here. We need to buy the jump shoes and we need to buy 1 honey syrup. And that's going to be good for Croco and a bunch of future bosses for the jump shoes. Alright, we have our first boss here. We have the Hammer Brothers. So we're going to split damage here right at the start. And the reason that we do that is because as soon as one of the Hammer Brothers dies, they use a move called Valor Up. And Valor Up, what Valor Up does is it doubles their defense, basically, so you do half damage. And that would cost us a lot of extra jumps and attacks to take them down, and we just want to be able to take them down. They both have 50 HP, so we want to speed that up by just taking them out very quickly. Alright. Do a little shopping trip here. We're going to get us, like I said, that honey syrup and the jump shoes. Alright. We get, so in this game, unlike the Super Nintendo version, there is a frog coin coming up here. That is, in the Super Nintendo version, it is a permanently missable frog coin if you don't jump on Toad there. In this game, they changed it to where, like, now you could just jump on Toad, like, at any point throughout the game, because there is a Toad standing outside there. So it's a nice little quality of life thing that they added there, was not missing that one frog coin. We also now find out that Mario is a shapeshifter. Can't believe this. Quit his day job to become a shapeshifter. I absolutely love the sound effects that Mario makes whenever he does this. One nice thing about the tech smashing in this game is you can actually buffer those inputs for like tutorials and stuff like that. So like during these cutscenes, like I'm holding down so I don't run into that you know, accidentally hitting the tutorial button. Alright, now we have a cutscene introducing the best character in the game. It's our boy Mallow. He starts off very slowly, but as the game progresses, he becomes our main source of damage. Croco? Yeah, I mean, Croco is pretty cool. I do call him, he does the eyebrow like raise, so I do call him Dwayne the Croc Johnson. But don't listen to me, though. Yeah, Mallow is a tadpole. What do you mean? Oh, they made our boy cry. That's it. Whoever did it, I'm snapping ankles. Alright, so we're gonna agree to save Mallow and save his, grandpa's coin. But first, this NPC tells us that we're standing in something gross, so we have to jump. Alright, so like I said before, oh wait, hold on, best dialogue line in the game. Because I forgot my bazooka at home. Sheesh. Give me a break here. So yeah, Mallow increases. So you get a bonus for the bonus gauge whenever it says 2 hits, 3 hits, and 5 hits on your bonus gauge. So you always want to make sure you keep up the chain bonus here. So you can increase, like, keep your damage increases and stuff like that. Mallow's is going to be the most important, because he raises, like I said, magic attack, and since most of our attacks throughout the game are magic based, we want to increase the damage on those. Geno's passive, when we get Geno, will give us attack and speed. And then the other two characters, we just don't really care. Bowser gives us extra defense, and then Peach gives us like magical defense. But we don't really use either one of those like stat effects because you don't need magic and physical defense when you can simply just don't miss your time block. Oh, nice. That was not intended. Alright, so we're gonna get our first star of the game. This game introduces a mechanic in an RPG where you can grab a power star and you can just kind of simply stand here and just let enemies run into you. And we need to get at least 18. Ideally, we want 19 or 20. I did get 19 there, so we're doing good there. Yeah, we wanna get that many because we want to get these level ups. Level ups are a little bit slower in this game. And that was a pretty bad pattern for Croco. So we want to try and combine as many level up screens or like level ups with characters just to kind of speed things up. Alright, so we have our actual first major boss of the game. The difference between this boss versus like the Super Nintendo version of it, since now in this game you can block all single target abilities, it makes this boss a lot better. Because in the Super Nintendo version you can't block single target abilities. So whenever Croco threw a bomb, you just had to, unfortunately, suffer. But in this version, you can block those, and you can block single target spells. So the ability to block single target spells is very nice. And doesn't, you know, whenever you block it, it doesn't drop your gauge. And that's the most important thing. They added a very, very nice quality of life feature here. Map warping and like fast travel. So we don't have to like run out of like areas and things like that. Instead of turning in that wallet to that NPC, because that NPC only gives us a flower tab, instead of turning in the wallet, we're just gonna sell it. That guy doesn't need it anymore. It's unfortunate for him. He can buy his own wallet back. It's fine. Yeah, so since we can't sell flower tabs anymore, we need to find a way to make money somehow. Because we need to have at least 1,700 coins by the seaside town. So we just sell his wallet. It's not who I wanted to jump on. Alright, we might get an extra turn here, which is okay. I was hoping for a freebie there. We'll just go buy another honey syrup, it's fine. Okay. We'll have to go buy another honey syrup because we do need one for Balome, but that's okay. Just means we're gonna get less dialogue later. Alright, so we're gonna get our first star cutscene here. We have no idea what these stars are for yet. They're shiny. They're new. This one doesn't make me flash in multiple colors and destroy enemies in one hit, so not the greatest. We're apparently the mustachioid one. Alright, so it's actually faster to just try and leave here, instead of running up to the Chancellor and talking to him. So we're gonna do that instead. Something, something, you saved the kingdom, woohoo. Yep, yep. So for the bonus gauge, right now, whenever you have 100% on the bonus gauge, you can perform what they call a special move. Right now, the only thing that we have access to is called Toad Assist, which we actually will be using on a future boss. And when you get 3 characters on same boss, it actually unlocks a new special move at the end of the fight. It's kind of like the tutorial of it. But Toad Assist has quite a bit of like cool things that they added to it. Like there's like a mushroom that increases your attack power, or Mario's attack power, and then full heals them. They have a flower essence, which is what we're going to be aiming for on the Bowyer fight. That basically gives full heals your FP points, and whoever uses Toad Assist gets an attack increase, which is going to be what we want, because we're going to be using it on Geno, because Geno is very strong when we get him. Alright, we're going to immediately just rush straight into the next boss. Not much to do in Kara sewers. Yo, is that a fire hose or his tongue? I love the dialogue in this game. It's so good. Just want to make sure. I wanted to make sure it was still on honey syrup. Alright, so this is one of the fights here that we, as long as I don't mistime anything, we do exact damage to Balome. Oh, now we get the freebie. We didn't get sleep sauced, which is good. I've always wondered, why doesn't Scarecrow Mario do more damage with a jump? I go from stepping on his face to ramming a stick in his eye. You would think that my jump would do a little bit more damage, but it doesn't. Water! Alright, so we have a very precise routing coming up here for this minigame section. We need to grab exactly 10 coins on the first screen. And then we do a very specific routing on the second screen that grabs 50. We want to have exactly 60 coins because it skips one text box. And Yeah, that's all. But also Cape Kona down the river. Yeah, we're at 9, 10, okay. Water, water, and water. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we're ready, Toad. We got this. So with this minigame, they actually added a new fish to jump over. So there's one of them that shows up behind you that you have to jump over, and it's one of those scenarios where it's kind of like uncomfortably close when you have to like jump. Because it's like, it's not like you see it coming, but it takes like forever for it to like actually jump out of the water. You'll kind of see it here in a few, or right here. So like you have to like wait till like very last second to jump. Alright, we should be good. Alright, that should be 60 coins exactly. We need that for a frog coin. We need to collect a total of 22 frog coins in this run. That's to buy the EXP booster, which is very important for Mallow early on. Because we need Mallow to get to level 10 ASAP, and he should get that by the Johnny fight. Because we're going to be using Shocker on Spiritovich. Oh, by the way, this section here, whenever Frogfucius flies in, he just goes, ooh, woo, ooh, woo, ooh, woo. Who is Spiritovich? Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry. Uridiovich, my bad. I know, I usually call every NPC by their SNES name. Like, this isn't Frog Sage, this is Frogfucius. Mallow, you speak like this doesn't concern you. Wait, what do you, whoa. Yeah, Mallow's just a simple tadpole. Why would he join us? Wait. Mallow's not a tadpole? No. This game's lying to me. No, I don't believe it. No. Mallow's a tadpole, chat. There's no way this game's lying. Okay, so this is Roseway. We're gonna be grabbing 2 big coins. I might pick up a couple extra coins since I had to buy that extra honey syrup. Just to be on the safe side. We have a very, very, very tight coin routing. No. Alright, that should be fine. Mallow is absolutely a tadpole. I refuse to agree, like, with what this game is trying to tell me. I found this plot twist. Oh, no. Also, shoutouts to this attack that the Goombas never do, ever. We don't know what it does. They just change the screen color. So it's actually 2 seconds faster to just world map warp out of that instead of like actually like running out. Pretty cool. Shoutouts to that guy getting jabbed in the head with an arrow. And this is going to be one of the instances in the run where we basically map... Oh, nice. They greased up that toad's head. Where we map warp to the same map because it's faster. So we just world map back to Rosetown because it brings us to the front of town and it saves us a couple of loading screens. Yeah, that is the worst NPC. Like, obviously that NPC greased up his Mario's shoes or just greased up his head. Because whenever you jump on it, you just slide off. Can you get domed by an arrow in this town? I think you can. Also, this game tells you that it's actually faster for a speedrun to lie to children, than it is to tell them the truth. Because if we tell Gaz the truth that we are really Mario here, we have an extra couple of dialogue boxes, and we have to do like the whole jumping thing to prove that we're Mario. So we just lie to Gaz and just, you know, hey, I'm not Mario. Which is even funnier because then it puts Mario's name in quotes. And now we have one of my favorite cutscenes. The introduction to Geno. I've definitely gotten hit with an arrow in Rosetown before. Mario spins around and then falls to the floor and then gets back up. I've definitely seen it happen. Did he just kill Mario? Yeah. So this is now Super Gaz RPG. Gaz is going to take over as lead and inherits all of Mario's abilities, equipment, everything. This is the town where they filmed Kazam. No, they filmed that in Seaside Town. Come on. The name Seaside Town in Kazam, they lived in like a, you know, upstate New York. They had like ports and everything. Come on. Or Brooklyn, not upstate New York, is Brooklyn. If we talk about Kazam more, are y'all gonna yank me off the stage here? All right, chat. Tell me your favorite moment in Kazam. I want to hear your favorite moment in Kazam, and please don't say it was the ending or turning it off. Yep, that's exactly how Wiggler jumps are gonna go. Alright, so we need to get 4 frog coins here. This is the fastest way to get these frog coins. Otherwise, we have to go, like, out of our way. Ah! Alright, well, we'll just do one more. This is all the plan. It was to get extra coins. So fun fact about me. I used to work at Best Buy. And Shaq actually came and shopped at my store in 2022. And I almost asked him, or didn't ask him, like I almost told him that I was so tempted to tell him that my favorite role of his was his role in Kazam, but I didn't want to get slugged in the face. I thought it would have been funny, but you know, Shaq is like 7'5", and I'm 5'9", and I definitely would not have been enjoying getting beaten to a pulp. All right, so we grab that mushroom. It's pretty much a backup for your Uridiavich. Oh, all right. All right, so these bees are scary. They're faster than Mario and Mallow. They also have a very, very, like, weird hitbox, like, on their underside, that you could just get encountered, like, 20 miles under, like, where they actually, like, encounter you. Mandela effect. Oh no. They changed the dialogue here. The dialogue used to say, "What do you think? Who do you think you are, Bruce Lee?" when Mario starts punching. But I understand why. Just still makes me sad. All right, so there's like a definitely a 90% chance that I missed this this timing window. So let's hope we don't. How would we know who Bruce Lee is? How do you not know who Bruce Lee is? Let's ask the real questions here. Oh, I'm definitely gonna miss Flower Essence Shark. I'm calling that. He probably could shapeshift into Bruce Lee. All right, so this is Bowyer. This boss is fully manipulated, regardless if we hit the flower essence or not. This is a fully manipulated boss fight, and I'll kind of go over that, like how this fight works. Oh, we got it. Nice. All right, just kidding. I was lying. Never unlucky. All right, so we wanted that flower essence there because it increases Geno's attack. And that's the most important thing because Geno is going to be our main source of damage here. So the way that this fight works, Bowyer works on a count system. So each time we do perform an attack, like a number goes up in Bowyer's count system. And any number between 0 and 5, Bowyer will always lock the X button. 6 to 11, Bowyer locks I think either the A or the Y button. I think it's it's the Y button. and then 12 and above, he locks the A button. So the big thing with this this fight is we don't want him to lock Y or A, and we also don't want him to attack twice per turn. So whenever Bowyer attacks, whenever Bowyer locks X, he will only attack once every 2 turns. And that, it also saves us from experiencing static electricity, Lamb's Lure, I think it's called. Or Sleepy Attack, whatever. But each time we use a Y move, that puts +2 on the counter system, and then A attacks are +4. So we want to avoid using A attacks the entire fight until we run out of FP. So using Y attacks every turn with only Geno makes it to where we can manipulate this entire fight. And then we get the tutorial triple attack there. That just kills Bowyer there. Yep. But yeah, if we didn't get that flower essence there, the fight would have just been a lot slower. It would have just been a bunch of attack one turn and then defends the next turn, so we could keep that counter on X, or his block on X. Because static electricity is a very, very, very dangerous attack for this party at the current moment. Is Toadasys somehow usable after this point? Yes. You'd have to, kill off one of your party members, but yes. Toadasys would still be usable if you only had 2 party members alive versus 3. I don't know who the smithy person is. I think he might be able to static E just if he locks Y or A. No, we don't need to sell anything. Alright, so we're going to buy 4 pairs of work pants there. Work pants are going to be pretty much our best armor in the game until we get the super suit. Work pants are a very unique armor. They're more glass cannon than anything. They increase your attack and your magic attack by 10, and also increase your speed by 5. While providing very, very little defense. Sounds like a smashing person. You sound like a smashing person. Got him. I love how, within, the last, 2 areas, Bowser's lost, 8 units to his army. We don't even know what happened. Where's my lore? Something about the kids are trapped in the mines. Yep. Now we're gonna use these guys as a stepping stool. Oop. Alright, we're gonna let the intrusive thoughts kick in, and we're gonna jump on this trampoline in the middle of a cave. Because why would you not jump on a trampoline if you see one, right? Right? Am I the only one here? Alright, so this little section's very unique. Instead of chasing Croco around, we're gonna do something way better. We're going to let Croco come to us. But we're going to do it in a means of it being way faster than, like, running around. So we're going to re-enter this section and exit, and then we're going to wait in this room. And there's Croco. Alright, this fight is one of those very, very good fights. Croco has a flat 20% chance to evade attacks. No Y attacks, though. So you could just lose time for no reason on this fight. It's really good. I believe this is the first fight in the game that introduces evasion. Croco 1 actually might introduce evasion. We don't know because we don't ever attack. But we're using jump with Mario here to kind of like offset that chance of missing. But there is a chance that Geno and Mallow could miss attacks. It's one of those fights where you're just like, am I losing time here, or is the game gonna be nice? 9 times out of 10, the game is not nice. It's okay. I might have gotten no misses there, Shark, but we're definitely gonna miss 1 or 2 attacks on Valentina. It's okay. I'm fully expecting the double miss on Valentina. The double miss into a double water blast for like the maximum time loss. This is my least favorite star in the game, by the way. But the star actually went perfect. That first bomb that we hit is the worst NPC in the entire game. No, don't be Spike. Spike already cursed this run at our at RPG Limit Break. But yeah, that bomb is like the worst NPC in the game. Sometimes that bomb can just decide that it just doesn't want to like walk towards Mario, and it can just walk to like another country. And you just have to, you know, take it, essentially. But that bomb cooperated, thankfully. Punchinella is one of the enemies in this game that has a very uncomfortable block window. It is a very uncomfortable block window for Punchinella's attacks. It's like very last frame. Like the claws are already inside your NPC, like your character. And you have to like then press the block button. It's like that one, and then I think Psych Bomb is like another one that's like uncomfortably close. I half-timed Geno's attack by yeah, it was a half-time on Geno's attack. Yeah, when he lifts his shoulders, yep. It's very different. Alright, so we've collected 3 of these stars. I don't even know what they do. Chad, do we know what they do? Can I just, like, put them on a shelf? There's also Mario Uppies. Isn't there a legend about them? Maybe. They taste good? What do they taste like? You ride them in the sky to enter a new area? Oh. I was also the person that that introduced the Uppies at GDQ when Void did this run. Alright, so we have an auto-scroller here. An auto-scroller where you can actually lose quite a lot of time. You have to actually break a lot longer than you think you do for this section. Which is really weird. Yeah, like these turns here, you actually have to break like a lot longer than you would think you would. Alright, so we're taking a very specific path through here just to collect coins. And then we're going to take this developer-intended shortcut. That is a developer-intended shortcut, by the way. And the last bit of this is pretty much just like a mega auto-scroller. But anything under sub 150 is a good time. Wow, 146 flat. Okay, let's go. Do moles have no OSHA standards? No. Absolutely not. Why am I playing Donkey Kong Country? Why not? Why wouldn't I be? Alright, so like any traditional Mario game, instead of using the front door, we're going to use the roof. We can't actually map warp here until we experience this cutscene. This cutscene is the only reason that we unlock Booster's Pass and Booster Tower. So we actually have to watch this cutscene before we can actually map warp out of here. Yeah, exactly. Just if you don't want Mario crashing through your roof, just put a pipe on it. Walking out of like area maps is definitely not the most ideal form of travel. So we're going to grab a frog coin here. We're going to grab a rock candy. That is going to come into handy for one of our next fights here. And now we're going to get to experience Bowser. It's called a chimney. No, it's a warp pipe. I love the line here. Hey, how you been? No, not like that, you dummy. And then we get Bowser's best dialogue line in the entire game. Out of my way, shorty. Alright, Chad, I know it's early, but did somebody order DoorDash? Because your DoorDash order is here. See? DoorDash. Your door has been dashed into pieces. Chat, your Starbucks has arrived. In record time. Paired into peaches. Oh no. Oh no, we have a Claude enjoyer in here. Oh no. Not Claude. Rena's better. I don't think I didn't catch that. I think this is probably one of my favorite, like, soundtrack upgrades, by the way. Hello? Excuse me? Game? You want to explain that to me? Yeah, this area definitely did get a good glow up. Alright, so we're jumping in specific spots here because there are forced encounters in this room. And we want to avoid those because they're unrunnable. I don't even bother trying to skip that chain chomp. That chain chomp is completely RNG on whether or not you can skip that encounter. Like, he has to, like, lift up his head. Yeah, it's not worth it. No. No. Nope. Nope. Oh. Game. Alright. Alright, so we found out, like, about, I want to say a month into, like, routing this, that it's actually faster. You would think that getting the amulet here from the winning this booster minigame is good, but we actually don't need it. So we actually fail this minigame because it's faster to fail it than it is to win it. Culex is in this game, yes. We don't fight him in this run. There is an all bosses category that we fight both Culex and the super boss version. But yeah, we don't actually fight him in this run, unfortunately. Yeah, thankfully we haven't experienced it yet. Maybe we won't. But they did add in something called special enemies, which have a 20% chance of proccing on every single encounter. And special enemies just triple their stats. Alright, did we get the freebie here? We do! Switch. Forgot my buttons for a second. Gauge up. Is there always a flower box on that drop? Nah, we don't need the chain chomp weapon. Alright. Shark, if I get this, it's your fault. Alright, this is all Shark's fault. Yeah. Oh no. Not Bowser. We're doing this. Oh great, they're combining. Yeah, we're fine. There. Not even close. Bowser going to sleep, is that Shark's fault? Yes. Alright, chat. Minigame time. How many flowers are we going to get from Booster? Anywhere between 9 and 14. If I got 2 or 3, I'd be very concerned. Just kind of let y'all enjoy the music here. It's good music. Oop, I jumped way too early there. It's really cool, like how like if you grab a flower from a booster, it like Mario just has like invincibility frames, so you just like pass through a barrel. No. Uh-oh. It's all going downhill from here, chat. I'm sorry. You can... Oh. Go this way? This way? No? Alright. Oh, wait. Yeah, we got 11. This is what I get for having faith. First we need to do that. Alright, so we still have an extra rock candy that I honestly forgot that we freebied. That I could have used on Knife Guy, Great Guy. Oh wait, it's actually supposed to be... What's up, Kyo? Thank you for the good luck. I'm gonna need it for this fight. I can't believe we hit Peach so hard here, it knocked off her ring, her crown, her brooch, and her shoes. Alright, this is still... Somehow they somehow managed to keep this fight being the absolute worst fight in the entire speedrun. Which is impressive, seeing as the fight was very, very, very rough in SNES. It's still that bad in Remake. If Bunt and Raspberry decide they just want to spam Blizzard Sandstorm or Pain Spout Sandstorm, it's Jover. Also, chat, look away. There's loot activities about to happen. Oh my god. Look away. Feels like sandpaper. That's not hand-holding? True. True. I'm sorry. I may have lied a little bit. I should have had Booster and Bowser, or Booster and Mario kiss. All right, so we do a very specific like character routing in this fight. because we shoutouts to our low level runners. They found a strat. Oh, uh-oh. That's probably bad. They found a strat that is called the revolving door strat, which I just basically ruined because Mario got hit and we lost our boost for speed. But the revolving door strat basically, so whenever you swap a party member out, it maintains the previous party member's speed value. So we swapped in Mallow, or we swapped Mallow with Bowser. And that allows us to maintain Mallow's speed value here. It is, oh, okay, sorry. There, here we go. He's doing it. He's doing it. He's doing it. He's doing the thing. So yeah, it keeps Mallow's speed value. Sorry, I'm like trying to like super focus. This is just awful. Hold on, let me focus for a second. Oh god, if this puts Mario to sleep, I might have to reset. Oh no. Bowser, wake up! No! Stop it! I'm being bullied! Oh my god, please! Oh my... Do I just die here? Alright. We're just gonna restart that fight. I can't recover from that. It's impossible. Like, you physically cannot recover from that. He was just gonna spam AoEs over and over. Alright, we're doing a different kiss this time. This one's gonna be mega lewd. But yeah, sometimes Bunt and Raspberry can just be a jerk. Ideally, we want him to spam physical attacks because we can block those. But when he just spams AoE spells like that and we can't block them, it just becomes a tragedy. Did I swap characters? I didn't even look. I'll have to check and see. Because if we don't start with Mario, Mallow, Geno, I'm gonna have to reset again. I don't know if I had changed them before the autosave or after the autosave. Alright, we're gonna wait for the better kiss, chat. I think it was after. Oh well, we're gonna at least get to experience the best kiss cutscene. Oh, dodged. There we go. It's just Bowser crying. Alright, there's a potential chance that I have to reset again, which is fine. Alright. Is Mallow out? Nope. Alright. We'll try it one more time. Could do the Bowser kiss. That one's not that good. The booster kiss is the best. You know what? We're gonna do this. Oh. Hello? Game? There we go. Alright, Shark, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for the good luck. I don't know if I want to take your good luck, though, after missing Knife Guy. I don't know, now I feel like I'm gonna get the worst cake fight in existence. Just pain spout, pain spout, pain spout. Sending positive vibes. Thank you. Shoutouts to this one sniffet if it comes back into the frame. It just spins in a circle in place. Alright, let's not mistime one of the attacks so my speed value doesn't change. But yeah, one of the least good fights. There's just like, there's no like way around like the damage values that this, like, the cake can do to you. This is definitely like one of the more like reset points, heavier reset points other than like super jumps in this game. But it's manageable. Oh, we should still be good though. Alright, so now we have the proper setup here. Any tips for doing 100 super jumps? Finding out like which timing window works best for you. Like I use the shadows on like enemies. I found that worked best for me. Nice. Once you start with this pain spout nonsense. Alright, this fight went a lot better. Alright, now we physically can't lose. Yeah, like my timing window that I use for it is just like looking like when Mario's like shadow collide, or like Mario's shadow collides with the enemy shadow is when I press the jump button. And I found that that works best for me, but everybody does theirs differently. All right, we're out of the woodworks here. We have escaped. Out of the cakeworks. Alright, so we're gonna go back. We have to go and escort Peach home. That is what do you mean that's dancing? Wow, look at these two NPCs that we've never met before. They're getting married. Wow, congrats! If you try to exit out of this screen right here, this way, you get yelled at by all your party members. And it's really funny. I definitely recommend you doing it in like a casual playthrough. And you just keep telling them no. It's really good. But yeah, this is another opportunity to get that frog coin up there. And then after that, a toad is just planted there for the rest of the game. So you can jump on his head and footstool your way up to that frog coin. Alright, we have about 2 minutes of button mashing here for cutscene dialogue. So hello, chat. Hope y'all are having a good one. Hope y'all are enjoying this run. Thank you for the good luck. I appreciate it. See if I can do this without messing up my button mashing. There we go. I actually have those as animated emotes. That's how good they are. Something about saving Star Road. Bowser says it's a good idea. Maybe we shouldn't save it. But then Bowser would get his keep back. Peach talking about saving the world and wanting to join us. The Chancellor saying no. Alright, so we have a big shopping trip coming up here. We're gonna take off everybody's equipment. And we're just gonna sell everybody's like clothes, equipment, gloves, shoes. You name it. Because we need 1,700 coins. We're heading into the section of the game where we need to have 1,700 coins to purchase fire bombs and 1 fright bomb. The only thing our party members are going to have is pants. That's it. Nothing else. This version is very, very good, Fang Lover. Very, very good. Alright, so we're going to take off the punch glove, put the hammer, just going to take off his shoes. We put the work pants on Bowser. We're going to take off these. And then we're going to take off her gloves. Look, we need money. I can't help it. We can't sell flower boxes and flower tabs anymore. So Mario and party are just gonna have to deal with not having clothes. Yeah, if you don't turn in the cricket pie, the sad music is still playing. So the game is basically telling you that eating a slice of pie cures like sadness. This area in the entire game has probably the best and my favorite glow up in the entire game. Like what they did with Star Hill in this game is absolutely amazing. Yeah, see this game sending mixed signals? Yeah. Pie good, cake bad. I mean, have you had a really good key lime pie? I'm telling you, it'll change your life. Pumpkin pie is also very good, I agree. So instead of just walking out of here, we're just gonna map warp. Way, way, way faster. Alright, now it's time to sell all of our clothes. We've taken them off, now it's time to sell them. Alright, so we're gonna sell the Coca-Colas, the goodie bag. We're gonna buy 1 billion things. 8 fire bombs and 1 fright bomb here. And this is also where we pick up the EXP booster. Alright, we're going to immediately put that EXP booster on Mallow, because we're about to pick up a star here, and the star gives a lot of experience. I believe it's 11 experience per enemy you hit. We're going to hit a bunch of enemies here, 14 of them actually. Yeah, we need Mallow level 10 before we exit the boat. And then the Peach level ups we just don't really care about because we don't use Peach. We use Peach 2 times in this entire run, and it's both of the times it's just to put enemies to sleep. She is not very used in this run, unfortunately. Alright, we still need some money. We have to purchase a star later on and some equipment in Nimbus Land. Also, if you rush, like if you rub against that little box there, you can just kind of pass through this guy. It's really funny. Alright. King Calamari. Alright, it's one freebie. We need at least 2 freebies for this route to work. Or not really to work, but it's the fastest alternative for this route. Is getting 2 freebies. But this is one of the reasons why we buy the fire bombs. Is so we can just kind of like power through this boss fight. And then we use them later on the Shogun encounters in Land's End. Nope. There we go. It's like one of the worst treasure boxes in the game. Alright, so coming up here we have 2 encounters that we have to do with Bandana Reds, and then I'm going to be very, very focused because it is the super jumps fight. It is going to be 90-something seconds of just Mario super jumping, hopefully. We're going to pick up the safety ring first. That is going to be that's a very good accessory there. It increases your speed by 5, but it also adds elemental resistance, which comes into play for Geno later. Alright, some level ups here. Alright. One more Bandana Red encounter, then we're going to do a safety autosave. Yep. My luck has run out. Yep. Alright. I'm going to be very focused here for a bit. Perfect. Let's go! Alright, so we need to do 100 super jumps on that boss. A, because it one-shots Johnny. But also B, because we don't have plenty of opportunities to do 100 super jumps. Because we need to have them done before we get to Monstro Town. And what that does is that's going to unlock the accessory, the attack scarf. And it's also going to unlock the armor, the super suit. Which the super suit is the strongest accessory armor in the entire game. Giving you 50 defense, resistance to everything, and it increases your attack and magic attack by 50. It's a very, very, very strong accessory. Is it Frozone Super Suit? Yes. Yeah, after jump 13, it is a 3-frame window to hit the jump button every single time. So you have 85 3-frame window jumps. Which does not... It looks easy, but it's very not. Alright, so the reason that we need levels 10 on Mallow here, which is why we have that EXP booster... this boss has 1500 HP, is very dangerous, but is very, very weak to electric. So this is where Mallow takes the helm, and is going to be our strongest character in the game now. Because Mallow's going to be using Shocker. This attack here is scripted. It will always be a first turn water blast. We hope it takes out Mario. Because Mario is just not needed in this fight. And now we hope he doesn't water blast again. Oh. Uh-oh. Alright, we should still be fine here. Yeah, we'll just do this. I have the rock candy, so I'm not really worried too much about that. Yeah, mistiming that shocker was forced me to have to use that other firebomb, but we got a freebie, it's fine. We have the rock candy, which makes it also doubly fine. So fun facts, this coming little dialogue cutscene section, if you refuse to hand over the star to Eurydiavich, they threaten to go in and tickle the Elder. And the reward you get from the Elder here is based on how many times you have them tickle the Elder. 0 tickles, he gives you a flower box. And then the rewards just steadily go down to a flower jar, flower tab. And if you have him tickle multiple times, he just gives you 1 coin and complains about being tickled. Spiritovich? I don't know who that is. Never heard of him. Alright, I'm gonna blow your minds for a second, chat. So, we're gonna be talking to this NPC right here, Mushroom Boy. And this NPC has one reason. By talking to this NPC, it actually sets a flag in the game for Land's End to allow us to skip the first Shogun fight. So normally you would have to fight the Shogun before you were able to jump into the sand whirlpool. But by talking to Mushroom Boy, and we don't know why, or maybe my low level runners do because that's who found it. But I don't know why. But by talking to Mushroom Boy there, we just don't fight this first Shogun encounter. We kind of inch up there so we don't get the lag from the donut blocks. But yeah, if we didn't talk to Mushroom Boy, we would have to fight this encounter right here. But since we talked to Mushroom Boy, the game is like, oh, well, you beat the first Shogun. All right, cool. There's an introduction to special enemies, by the way. Alright, so we didn't go over it, but so special enemies were introduced into this game. And they are, basically, it's a stronger variant of the enemy. Namely 3 times the normal stats. So these enemies have 150 health. Special ones have 450. So we definitely want to avoid fighting any special enemy in the game, because it's not comfortable to fight those. But the reason for special enemies is you actually get a frog coin by beating them. So when we encounter one, we just run away and reset the encounter. It's a flat 20% to see a special enemy. See, all you have to do is just keep getting lucky with freebies, that's all. Easy. Alright, we have 2 stars here. These stars are both different. So each star has a very specific, EXP value that like in the game. This particular one, enemies give you 11. The one that we're about to buy, even though it's in the same zone, each one enemy gives you 6. It's very, very strange. But we kill a specific amount of enemies here to line up the level up windows. And then Mario should hit level 11 off this star. Alright, so this is actually the first piece of like speed tech that we actually found in this game. Instead of doing the fortune teller there, where you like have to talk to him, pay him 50 coins, and then hit the things in any order, you can actually use like the very edge of his head as a platform. And just jump on it, and just kind of like leave the room. And it also sets up to where like you don't actually have to like do anything in that drop down room, which is really nice. All right, so this is Mallow 2. Mallow 2 is going to be a little bit different than 1. He now has the ability to create clones. Clones are slower, but we got some pretty bad damage rolls there. We need to have Geno do more than the 198 and 200 attack. So we're just relying on damage rolls for that fight, sadly. But yeah, there's a way to skip the clone phase. Unfortunately, I left him with like, I want to say 4 HP before the clone phase, which is funny. Alright, so this is the reason we did the super jumps. That's going to go right onto Mario as soon as we do our next menu for equipment. Now she's gonna say Starbees. But now we have to go up. How can we go up, chat? Fashionably late paratroopers, by the way. 0.52 seconds. With Updog? Yo, what's up, dog? Oops. Alright. So fun fact about this minigame here, it's actually faster to be a second slower If you get under 10 seconds, you actually get one extra dialogue box. So you want to get under 11 seconds, but over like the 10-second mark, but not fail it like that. Alright, so super suit, attack scarf, troopa medal, EXP booster. Because Mario's going to be wearing this until we get to Barrel Volcano. That is not the up button. Oh. Everybody hates bees. Hornets, wasps. Alright, Mega Smilax is probably the boss fight in this entire route that's gotten the most reworks. Like, I've definitely seen this fight go through like at least like 9 or 10 reworks. Oh. Alright, this is gonna be weird. Let's do this. Skip Mallow's turn because it would have started with Geno, which he would have just immediately pedal blasted. Alright. This is probably not gonna kill, I want to say. Yeah. It's okay. Mario's immune. Mistiming an attack on that boss is pretty detrimental. Because then he pedal blasts, and then you have to deal with pedal blasts. Yeah, it's like a small little frame window there where you can kind of like double jump. I don't know why. It's just cool looking. Alright, so we're gonna do a little bit of isometric jumping here. It's better. We didn't get the... Oh no! Oh no! Alright, not even close. Excuse me, buddy. Hey, hey chat, I got a question. Why does everybody look like a tadpole here? I didn't know tadpoles lived in the sky. Have I been in the sky before? Yeah, I fly like 3 times a year. I've definitely not seen tadpoles in the sky. How else would it be possible to rain frogs? True. Alright, well, you make a good point. Alright, that is our last shopping trip and the run. We buy Mega Gloves and Sticky Gloves, or Mega Punch and Sticky Gloves for Mario and Mallow. We do that because it actually calculates higher damage for triple attacks. I don't remember Frog Fuchsia's flying. You're right. You're right. My apologies. Now there's two Oh, never mind. Oh, two Mallows. Nice. I'd take two Mallows. Tadpoles in the cloud forests? I can't believe Mallow the Frog Tadpole is a prince. We have one of the most upsetting parts of the remake. There's not very many. Right here. I was very, 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 like, in love with the name of the statue that Garo calls Mario in the Super Nintendo version. The remake, not so much. The remake, they call it In Search of a Lost Brother. And the Super Nintendo version, it's called A Plumber's Lament. And that is just such a better title. And it makes me upset that they changed that. Also, shoutouts to the soundtrack here, where you can actually hear the laughing from Valentina. And she sounds like the, I forget the anime's name. But it's just the, Yeah, the Oju-sama, thank you. Which Oju-sama am I thinking of? Yes. So like the booster minigame, this minigame is also faster to fail, because we don't need the feather. But we also want the experience from Dodo. So we're gonna let Dodo find out that we're a fake. We're not a real statue, chat. So we're gonna jump to the beat. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, we want the experience here, and it's also just, it saves like 40-ish seconds fighting Dodo here versus actually not fighting him. Oh, we got the rare counter there, wow. So the reason that it saves about 40-ish seconds, so if you win the minigame, after you do that, you're still gold. So when you leave this room, you actually have to play like a little like hide game, like from like the two little flying enemies, and they get upset because they're being overworked, and then they start jabbing the statue. That is a very slow cutscene, but since we don't do that, since we're not gold anymore, we don't have to hide, and it skips that whole cutscene, which is very nice. Alright, we need this key, and we're about to fight Dodo Birdo. Birdo is such a great NPC in this game. Alright, we don't need to time those. Need to time these, though. Birdo is talking to you chat, by the way. Chat, you're just too cute. Never gonna let you go. Alright, let's see if we can get this jump. Nice. That is a very, very, very tight jump to skip that encounter with the pinwheel. Alright, this should get Mario 12. Got a couple of little talking cutscenes here before we actually get into the big fight, but we have one more menu to do here. We do technically have to fight Birdo again. Or not Birdo, Dodo again. But we fight him with a star. Poor Mallow, just constantly tripping over his own shoes. Alright, kind of like some tight movement here. These little flying things can really, really ruin your day. And Birdo's gone. Do clouds have feet? Can somebody escort them out the building? They're asking too many questions here. Let's see. You can walk yourself out in search of true answers. Or, hear me out, hear me out. I can have someone carry you out. Maybe give you like a head pad or something. Alright, this is the worst fight in the game, by the way. Besides the cake. Valentina has a 20% flat evasion rate, just like Croco 2. This one's more detrimental because we need Mario to actually, like, not miss. Because this boss fight has 2,000 HP, and she has very long attacks. Giving out head pats? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Alright, Blizzard's good, because Geno resists it. We want Geno to stay alive as long as possible, because he gives us an attack boost. That's not gonna help, though. So when a party member dies, unfortunately, their like party buff goes with it. So we don't want to lose Geno because it speeds up the fight having him alive, but we also don't need him alive either. Mario is just an invincible tank at this point. But each time Valentina uses a spell, it's just much slower. Alright, didn't get any misses, which is good. Got a couple of physical attacks, which are also very good. Just very, very fast animations. We only didn't get any misses because Shark wasn't here. Calling it. If Shark would have been here, I'd have missed 3 times. Don't tell Shark I said that, though. Clip. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, chat. Question for you. What is your favorite area in the game and why is it Barrel Volcano? Mario uppies, everybody uppies. It's warm there. True, but I also live in Louisiana, Kios, and I would prefer not to have to deal with, you know, swampy weather. Alright, so we're about to change the game here. This is now going to be called Super Mallow RPG. Because from here on out, Mallow is going to be wearing the super suit. A fellow Cajun? Nice. If you don't mind me asking, or if you don't mind sharing, where are you from? Hinopio is why? True. True. It's 4, 5, 6. Gretna? Oh wow. You're pretty close to me. I'm like 5 to 10 minutes out of New Orleans, which is very common knowledge for everyone who knows me. Oh, didn't get the skip. Unfortunate. Because it's not Monster Town? North or south? I am... what do you mean by north or south? Like, of the lake? Oh, I'm south of the lake. I'm very upset with this. They also changed, it's not Hinopio anymore. They changed his name to Cinder Toad. Oh. I don't think I've ever encountered that one. Oh, goodbye. Oh, we're waiting. But yeah, they changed his name to Cinder Toad, and I don't know why. Hinopio was just way better of a name. So this is going to be one of the reasons why the super suit on Mallow is just a thing. You could just watch the damage that Mallow's about to push out in this fight. Such as this fat 788 hit. It two-shots the Tsar Dragon. This boss has 1400. Then when it dies, it turns into Zombone. Which also changes its weakness to lightning. But also adds a very, very dangerous attack called Boulder. Scream at me. Alright, so we took a couple of HP level ups in the volcano on Mallow and Geno. And the reason that we did that is this fight here, we don't have like a real way of like avoiding the damage of Breaker Beam. So the only option that we really have is to tank it. Also, the Mighty Morphin Axem Rangers. Trademark pending. And you get to hear like one of the best tracks in the game, but for like 30 seconds, and it's very unfortunate. That is Mario, you idiot. Alright, here we go. Butter. It's honestly a crime that I don't get to hear this song more. Alright, so depending on how this fight goes, this is going to be one of those, looking at the fight, it's going to be one of those, that fight was uncomfortably close, but it was also fully calculated. And we actually do fully calculate the damage that, like, we take on this fight. So we're going to half-time a Snowy, because we're setting up a specific damage value so we can one-shot all 5 of the Axem Rangers. Because whenever you destroy, like, whenever you defeat one of the Axem Rangers, they drop some dialogue and they complain to Red. And that's slow. So we do just enough damage to take all 5 of them out at the same time. So we're gonna half-time the Snowy. It still keeps our chain gauge. We're gonna jump on yellow, and then we're gonna Clown Car Barrage. And that's gonna one-shot all 5 of the Axem Rangers. Well, not really one-shot, but it's gonna kill all 5 of them at the same time. Which skips a bunch of dialogue. And it immediately summons Blade. And this is where it becomes uncomfortably close. So Breaker Beam is going to absolutely decimate our party. While looking awesome. And that's how the fight ends. It ends with Mallow with 3 HP. It is uncomfortably close, but also fully calculated. Hey, Red, my shades broke. Hey, Red, I'm hungry. Then chew on your tongue. I love the insults that Red throws around. My makeup's running. Well, then buy a better brand. I mean, I just had so many questions to ask them. I'll see myself out. All right, there's an NPC coming up here. This NPC's entire like point in life is to be a stepping stool. This one right there. Yep. All right, served its purpose. Goodbye forever. All right, so we've run out of world map to explore, but we're still missing one heart. Heart? Wow, Zelda runner. We're still missing one star piece. And the only place that we can really go is Bowser's Keep. But you know what, chat? We did a good, so now we get to ride the bus. But not just any bus, chat. The Royal Bus. And you know what the Royal Bus runs on? The Royal Bus runs on uwus. We're gonna get some more uwus. Here it is. You don't like the bus? What do you mean? It runs on uwus. It's gonna uwu us all the way to the castle. Alright, chat. Another game here. Which 2 doors, 1 through 6, are gonna be our battle doors that we skip? In the Super Nintendo run, we actually have to manipulate the section in order to get the battle doors. And this one, you can just kind of back out of them without having to, like, manipulate anything. Which is really nice. Oh. Five and 6, 3 and 5, 4 and 6, 2 and 5. Okay. I'm gonna say 2 and 3, so I'm gonna skip those. Alright. If you said 1 was a battle door, congratulations, you lose. So as long as we touch that one platform, we can fall off there, and it would set us to where that platform originally spawns. So it saves a little time there. Somebody asked earlier about why I was why was I playing Donkey Kong Country? Well, here's your reason. Oh. Alright, 4 was a battle door. Alright, now I'm gonna try 2. No, I jumped. Game, please. No! Got scammed by the bomb. Oh. Alright, well, somebody greased up the platform there. There's only one box that we need in this entire room, and it's the last one. Everything else is just unnecessary. We're gonna probably hit this one, though. Not if I go. Scammed. Scammed. Alright, somebody must have put some grease on Mario's shoes, because definitely shouldn't have fallen that many times. +1. Alright, skipping 3. 3 is the other battle door, I mean it. As long as you take the 15th coin in that game, you will always win. We accidentally wore Luigi's shoes today? Oh. I wonder they smelled funny. Alright, we're gonna pick up a rock candy here. Alright. It was 3. He learns Crusher. He has 3. That is Healing Rainbow. It is Garrow. It is Mushroom Kingdom. John. Oh, it double inputted. She was digging for worms. My favorite question is the one that's like, what does a red essence do? I wish it relieved back pain. Can I have one of those? Alright, 16. Shoutouts to this hammer bro dabbing every second. Alright, we're gonna count this one very fast. This one's very, very fast. Alright, it's 46. And the reason that we know that is as long as there are 8 barrels on the right-hand side there, you just have to count the barrels on top and add 40 to it. Place the same in the event. That is 3rd place. Fell into 4th. That is 2nd place. Came in a 3rd for swimming. That's 4th place. So 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Are the barrels the same every run? No. They are different every time. Ooh. Nope. There we go. Alright, a freebie we didn't need. Ooh, that's the fastest attack we could have gotten. You absolutely want to make sure you take out Wizakoopa or Magikoopa before the end of turn 2. If not, she will summon a monster that you have to kill because it stands in front of her and acts as like a shield, and it's just very slow. Also, the spell she just cast was "You get what you pay for," by the way. Alright, this fight, I love this fight, but this fight is also, like, very sus. The problem with this fight is each one of those candle lights acts as a sprite, and there's 24 of them on the screen, so the game gets very overloaded and lags really, really bad. Like right there. Because the timing window is a lot different in this fight. So I'm gonna do a backup Geno whirl here. Or Geno boost, sorry. Yeah, he's a boomer. Ideally, we don't want to see blue boomer. Oh. Oh. This is impossible. I love this fight. Alright, we have to do a little backup on Exor, which is fine. So we just can't physical attack the eye, we have to jump it. But yeah, so red boomer is very weak to spells. Blue boomer is very weak to physical attacks. Ideally, you want to take him out before he transforms into blue. But timing blocks on that fight and time hits on that fight is physically impossible. I don't know how they're dancing on a chandelier. That's Do I refer to the mouth as Neo Squid? No. We don't even look at the mouth. That was early. Okay, that could be bad. But honestly, it wasn't even close. So I thought that was really cool that they left that in, but upon actually researching it and figuring out why it happens, so the way that works, every boss in the game has just a passive resistance to death, like insta kill attacks, and it's the same with Exor, but when the fight first starts, it tells you that the eyes are protecting Exor, meaning that they are the reason that Exor has protection. So once you take out the protection on Exor, you destroy one of the eyes, the flag in the game basically says, hey, Exor no longer has defenses. Therefore, he's also weak to insta-kill attacks. So, I guess you could call it like a coding oversight as to like why it works. But that's pretty much the reason why it works. Because when you take out one of the eyes, it just removes all the boss's resistances, including to insta-kill. Yo, who likes alarm clocks, though? Oh no. That's the worst person that could have Doom Reverbed. Okay, we're fine. Everything's fine. Nothing's on fire. Yeah, see, look, we defeated the Alarmo. The chat's on fire. Well, y'all should probably fix that. I don't think the chat's on fire. I think the chat is fire, though. Got him. I'm breathtaking? Absolutely not. I'm taking breaths, sure. No, I missed the jump. And he was a special enemy, that's why he was faster than me. I missed both of them. I'm very sad. Oh. Alright. Game? Thank you. Do a little backup attack there with Geno. Normally we don't have to do that. Chat is fired? Oh. Well, if y'all are fired, then I'm fired. You can't fire me, I quit. That's it, that was the run, GG. You'd love to see a Terranigma run someday? I run that, well, I used to run that game. I love that game. I have to finish the run? Yeah? Says who? No, I'm just kidding. Magic Rock percent? Alright, never mind. I don't run that. There is. We killed Domino there. Or, sorry, Cloaker there. Because we want to fight this snake. Because it has 1,500 HP versus 2,500 HP. Yeah, this snake only... Nice. This snake only has 1,500 HP. Mad Adder, and then they have the other snake, which I don't remember the name of, that has 2,500 HP, and it's weak to magic instead. Alright, now we have Yellow Shovel Knight. Oh, we got the music glitch. Nice. Yeah, this is Yellow Shovel Knight. Steal thy shovel. Or something. Mallow, you should know better than to jump on switches there, buddy. What do you think? What do you think's gonna happen? How did it not just rip him out of his pants? The music will fix itself after we change screens. He's got a belt on, true. Alright, now we have the real Shovel Knight. And then we have, coming up next, we have, I guess you could say it's Shield Knight, but it's actually just a red Shovel Knight. Fun fact, when Void and I were routing this game, we spent 3 days grinding this fight. Because this fight, this boss has a 100% counter rate with physical attacks. And we needed to figure out a way to fight this without him countering and without him using Valor Vigor up. But yeah, we spent 3 full days at a GDQ routing this fight out. So long that we actually Void actually created an emote that is just the director dancing, and we called it the director grind. Oh. Oh. Okay, we're gonna have to do a backup real quick. I need chain bonus for this fight. It is very, very, very important. The Smithy one fight is a very, 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 very tight window on like damage. So we're gonna go fight a machine-made Yurievich to get my chain bonus back. Okay, that's all I needed. Health is absolutely fine, we can just heal. Use Toad as a stepping stool. And then one final menu to put the super suit back on Mario. And it's time to fight the final boss. So in this fight, we used to do, I believe it was 45 super jumps to kind of end the phase. We don't do that anymore because super jumps are very, very slow in this version. 45 super jumps is like, I want to say 50-ish seconds. It's very, very slow. So while we were grinding the director fight, we also were grinding this fight too, to see what the best way to handle this fight is. And it's one of the reasons we have all the rock candies that we have. But also, chat, get your cat jam emotes out, because this is probably my favorite battle theme in the game. Sledge is guaranteed first turn. Oh, nice. Alright, so Smithy can do one of three things. He can physical attack, he can fire that's fine. He can physical attack, he can Mega Drain, which is Fire Blade or whatever. Or he can Meteor Swarm. We want to avoid Meteor Swarm at all costs. Meteor Swarm will take out Mallow Geno. That is the slowest attack, and it's also the most dangerous. Physical attack is good, I just mistimed the block. And then this fight is pretty free. TM. I did get the red essence freebie, so it is very free, to be honest. The only thing that we don't want to see is we don't want to see the safe head. Safe Head will lose us a ton of time, just because that thing is just a massive tank. But we're going to get 5 free attacks here. And then he's going to transform into tank. And we just have to basically make sure we hit blocks. Just don't miss the block, right? Smile emoji. Oh no. Yeah, ideally we want to see him stay on tank head. I'll see what he goes. That was the most ideal Smithy 2 pattern you can get. Alright, we have one more star cutscene, and then time will be coming up here in about 2-ish minutes. Yeah, that is the most ideal Smithy pattern you want to see, is him just stay on tank head. Because he doesn't do any spells. He just fires a bullet bill at you. And he doesn't have the animation of him, like, beating himself in the head with a hammer to switch forms. So, pretty ideal fight there. Alright, we have this cutscene here. Send the last one way up high. We have the star. And then Geno has 2 final dialogue boxes. And when he says and ... and then the screen fades to black, will be time. And time. I love this game. I'm so happy this game got a remake. It was a phenomenal remake. It was everything I could have ever asked for in a remake. And I'm just happy it exists. I do want to give a big shout out to the community. They did a phenomenal job with just damage calculations, routing out everything. Big shout outs to Pidge. She basically hosts a website with like it's a repository for like all the information. We just submit the data, but we did a ton of like research when this game came out, like as far as like damage values, routing out all the fights, coin routing, XP routing. You know, it was a huge collective effort, and we wouldn't have been able to get this run to where it is without like just how like everybody just contributing everything. But yeah, no, this game's amazing. Definitely play it if you haven't played it. I will take that over how bad of a cake fight I had. I would gladly take this time with how bad of a cake fight I had, so. But yeah, big shout outs to everybody. And also, if you want to come watch me, I don't actively run this game very often. I will, I here and there come back and run this game. I'm mostly right now an Echoes of Wisdom speedrunner. That is like my main game currently. I'm also running Mega Man Battle Network 2. I'll be running that on Wednesday with my good friend Supersonic. Another game that I absolutely love is Mega Man Battle Network series. Like, those are just such phenomenal games. But we'll be here. I'll be back here on Wednesday with Supersonic running Battle Network 2. And yeah, if you want to come check me out, come follow the channel. Come hang out with us. Love to have you. I'll be playing Battle Network 2 the next couple of days. And mostly chill vibes, hanging out. Wanna troll me a little bit, that's fine too. I enjoy that. But yeah. Thanks for having me. I appreciate y'all letting me open this event. Hope you had a lot of fun. And Zytoriak, good luck on your run. And kick some butt. And thanks for watching.